Maxine Waters.
Watch your
This
step.
is a very special guest because she happens to be Angela Rye's mentor. So this is an exciting time to have her join. She's also the ranking member of the Financial Services Committee in the House of Representatives. And when we say ranking member, that's because Democrats do not control the lower chamber in Congress right now. Should Democrats take back the House, she will become the chair of Financial Services. What touches me about this moment, Angela, is that we are welcoming your mentor to the set. And I know how much this moment must mean to you to have her here.
Absolutely. And just so you all know, as you see her walk up here in her stilettos, she ain't got her headphones on yet. But she put her little bag up here. She does her marches and her protests like this, honey.
I love it.
Yes.
Right. Queen Maxine Waters is here.
Yes. We love you, Queen.
Oh my God.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm absolutely enthused for the first time in a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I usually don't get excited. You know, I usually don't get with the masses when they're talking about, yay, things are so good. But I am inspired. Mm-hmm. You know, I really am. And I feel like a cloud is being lifted because Trump has been just such a nasty, dirty, deplorable human being that he has caused us to feel almost depressed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel that this cloud is being lifted, and we have an opportunity to go forward with some hope.
Yeah.
You know, as an OG, Miss Waters, you know, who has seen America change so much throughout your lifetime. You know, how does it feel as a black woman to see another black woman in a position to potentially be the next president of the United States of America?
I really do feel that change is come about. I really do think that we're in a period of time where we're seeing America face the truth about the citizens of this country and the fact that they have been excluded and denied, and you have competent, capable, talented women, men and women, but black women who have really been undermined consistently in this country, now rising to the position of power and influence. So I feel really good about being a black woman right now.
Yes. Well, you know, the thing that I think is so important about this moment, Congresswoman, is I've watched you labor a long time, and before that you were still laboring. You've done the work from divestment in apartheid in South Africa to paving the way for moments like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can celebrate some of your work? I know you're not done, but do you feel like, you know what, I'm just going to take this all in because I know this wouldn't have happened without my contribution?
Well, I'll tell you what I feel. I really do feel I want the young people to know and understand the history from whence we have come, and the struggles that we have faced, and the sacrifices that we have made. Oftentimes, you know, they think that everything is new, that it's just happening now because they have arrived. But I am grateful for their arrival, but I want them to know what has gone into them getting to this point.
Yeah.
I asked Secretary Fudge the same thing, and I want to ask you as well. How different is this moment now as opposed to 2016 with Hillary?
Well, I think the fact that it's a black woman is different. You know what I'm saying? This is something that America never dreamed really about and never thought about the possibility of. And so, yes, Hillary was a woman and had women behind her, black women, white women, you know, hoping that she could be president. But to have a black, capable, competent woman whose career has led us to this point, who has done everything anybody could have told her that she should have done in order to get to this point in her life, in our lives, it's different. And it's inspiring, it's motivational, and it's like, you know, you can sit back and you can watch it and you can say, yeah, we knew that someday it might happen, but we weren't sure. But we're going to keep on fighting for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Congresswoman, I'm across the hall over here.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, we've been joined by a woman, a guest, Big Gretch.
Big Gretch. Governor Whitman.
We got Auntie Max and Big Gretch.
I know. Auntie Max and Big Gretch.
I love it. That should be a movie, I feel like.
Right? A superhero movie. movie. A superhero movie.
But before we get to the governor, I just want to say, growing up in Florida, and where I grew up, I didn't have a black representative in Congress. I didn't. My member of Congress was Republican, and we never met him. But I was a nerd and would watch C-SPAN as a 6th grader all the way through high school. And any time I would talk about my member of Congress, I would name check you because you were the voice for not just folks in Southern California. You were advocating for black folks all over the country. When you took banks to task, when you took mortgage lenders to task, when you held folks accountable for their racism, their redlining, you were doing that for everybody, not just South Los Angeles.
That's right.
So we want to thank you for that dedicated service. And now I want to ask you, because you're about to be the chairwoman of the Financial Services Committee when we take back the House of Representatives. I'm curious to know whether or not you got a top 3 that you just got to, when you get there, that you're going to be dismantling, raising up, expanding as you take leadership there.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so very much. Thank you for thanking me for the work that I have done. It was just part of what I signed up for, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And no matter the sacrifice or the toughness sometimes, it was what I was prepared to do. But let me tell you, I served as chair of the Financial Services Committee until we lost the House. And now I'm hopeful that I'll get that gavel back, because once I got it back, I know what to do with it. And so let me tell you, top on my agenda is housing. We have a housing crisis in this country. Every night in the greater Los Angeles area, there's 70,000 people on the streets. In this country, there are 753,000 people sleeping on the streets at night. We have a housing crisis in this country, and we can do better. As a matter of fact, in addition to the bills that I have, $150 billion bill, I've had a bill for $350 billion. It was killed by Sinema and Manchin, but we now have the bill redone, $150 billion. We also have the President, Biden, who's already talking about creating new units, affordable units, and doing something I never thought I would agree to, and that is giving tax credits to the developers who are willing to build affordable units and do it in such a way that not only are they affordable, but they're safe and they're secure. They're not only in the inner cities, but they're in the rural areas, in suburbia, and in all of the country, because it's needed everywhere. So that's one of my top priorities. The second thing that we've got to do is we've got to make sure that the banks and financial institutions of this country, first of all, are paying their fair taxes. Number 2, that they're not ripping us off with predatory lending. We've got to do more than we ever did with the Dodd-Frank reforms, and make sure we bring them in, and we make sure that we move with diversity and inclusion and get some black people up in the C-suites so that the influence that they can have to make things right in some of our banks. We've got some gangster banks, and absolutely, and they're stealing from us every day. So I want to make sure I do that. But we've got to move forward with AI, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and all of these things that are new to us that we've got to get more, learn to about. We have to learn more about. And so it's a lot of work that you have to do on financial services. But I'm ready to do it.
Let's go.
Yes, we are. We love you.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. Are you saying?
Well, I know that we have not limited time, because they have you doing all the things, Congresswoman.
I see her team over here giving us a list.
Oh, you're okay. They said she's okay, good. But we want to bring Governor Whitmer into this as well.
So this is Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Big Gretch.
Big Gretch. And I'm going to make Angela a little jealous over here, because I got a gift. I got to hold little Gretch yesterday. So I get to hold this.
That's lip bar?
Yes. So the governor has very kindly brought us a gift. This is the Lip Bar. It is a black-owned business. The CEO, Melissa Butler, who's a friend of Angela.
And a rattler.
And a FAMU rattler. A member of Delta Sigma Theta. They say I give a lot of D9 love. But this is a wonderful, the Lip Bar. We give you free advertisement, girl. The Lip Bar
it's our pleasure.
Yes, she has been so supportive to us.
Thank
you.
And this color's called Big Gretch. I brought you.
I love it. it. I love it.
You see?
I see it. It's beautiful.
So thank you so much, Governor. We're so honored to have you with us. You were the talk of the town for a while when all this conversation came. And I want to ask, because we have a very diverse audience listening tonight, and it's so significant to have Vice President Harris ascend to this level. There is some conversation about a divide among us as women. Will women who, previously supported Trump.
White women, Tiffany, just say it.
Will white women consider, thank you, Lenard, I appreciate that. Will white women who has previously not voted in their interest, or perhaps voted in their interest, if we're honest about what some of their interest is, will they consider this a victory for them as well, that a woman has ascended to this ticket? Not that you speak for all white women, but
let me just, real quick disclaimer, I do not speak for all white women.
Although we wish you did.
This white woman is so excited. My kids are excited. I'm here with my two daughters. They're 22 and 20 years old. And I remember driving to Philadelphia in the 2016 convention, and my kids were in the backseat, and I thought, oh my God, these girls have only known 8 years of a black president, and we're on the cusp of a woman president. And these are two things I never could conceive of growing up in this country. And obviously 2016 did not turn out the way I was hoping it would. We're as excited, if not more, about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I mean, this is a huge, huge chapter in America. Leaders who, and yes, I'm excited because she's going to break the glass barrier, but I'm excited because she is the most qualified candidate. She is strong. She is smart.
That's right.
She knows how to get shit done. She is the type of person who's lived a life that we can relate to. You know, she's a normal person. She took care of her mom at the end of her life. She took care of her sister's kids at the beginning of theirs. She's going to deliver. And so I do think we can pull a lot of white women who maybe were on the sidelines or maybe went the other way thinking Trump would make their lives better, and they realize that's not the case, and we're going to pull more people into the fold right now. We're excited. We're feeling it. We got a lot of hard work to do. And in the state of Michigan, it is a dead heat right now, which is a vast improvement from where we were a month ago. But it's sobering when you think about how much work we got to do.
I want to ask you, Governor, because I saw a poll today that said the vice president had a 3-point lead on Trump in Michigan. What can she do to keep that momentum going and not fumble Michigan the way Hillary Clinton did in 2016?
Well, I mean, we're on the ground in Michigan. I don't think anyone's going to. No one's going to get to that. No one's going to take Michigan for granted. But doing that voter contact, it's so important. We cannot write anyone off. We can't make any assumptions that people, the black community is just going to show up because it's Kamala Harris. No, we got to do the work. We got to show up. We got to earn people's support, and that is true in every community. And so that's what we're doing.
I got a question for you and Queen Maxine. We know that a lot of Republicans probably won't certify the results of the election come November. If it gets to the Supreme Court, in light of a lot of their recent rulings, I think they might overturn it if the vice president wins. How concerned are y'all about that?
I'm very concerned that Trump has been able to put in place people in several states who are in charge of the election system. And that's real. And some of them are going to be turning people away. Some are going to be finding they did not dot the I or cross the T, all kind of little tricks. And so we've got to be on top of this. Not only do we have to have monitors, we have to anticipate. When we learn things are going on, we have to move very quickly to get our lawyers out there, challenging, because I think this is real.
That's right.
Yes.
I want to, because Charlamagne brought up a point about a fumble in Michigan, and I think it speaks right to the question about, will people accept election results that they don't like? Firsthand, Governor, about the dangers of fanatics and what I would call cult members who literally tried to kidnap you. Thank God their plan was foiled. But also in 2016, the 75,000 votes out of Detroit that were discounted. As you know, Hillary Clinton lost Michigan that year. Had she carried Michigan, and she lost by 10,000 votes. Had she had those 75,000 votes out of Detroit been counted, she would have won Michigan and thus won the presidency. How concerned are you about the infrastructure of this country and voting rights and voter suppression when it comes to November and it being a fair playing field?
Well, I am concerned about it, but I want to make a couple important points. We know 4 years ago when Donald Trump lost to Joe Biden by 150,000 votes, a landslide comparatively, he challenged the votes in Wayne County. Not the other 82 counties, but Wayne County, where Detroit is based, right? So we know the game that they want to play. I'll just share this. In 2022, I won re-election, and we flipped both the House and Senate. And in the wake of that, with just a one-seat majority in both chambers, we enhanced our election laws. We made it easier for people to participate. You can vote 3 weeks in advance in person. No reason absentee. Greater penalties for people that mess with and threaten election workers. These are good strides we've made. All that being said, we got to get ready because as the Congresswoman said, now one thing that I want to point out that I think should give us all you know, some hope, not false hope, but some hope, is in the most important swing states in the country. We got Tony Evers as the governor in Wisconsin. We got Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania. We got Katie Hobbs in Arizona. We got Roy Cooper in North Carolina and me in Michigan. We got Democrats who are going to make sure these votes are protected and counted. It's still going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a challenge.
If any of our opponents had been in the position we're in, I'd be a lot more worried.
I agree with you, Governor. And I think the beauty of it is that we do have you there as hopefully a fail-safe. My concern is, as you know, most of these elections are run municipally at the county level.
That's right.
And you may have these conservative counties that may want to flaunt.
That's right.
You know, the rule of law. You've got great Secretary of State, so on and so forth. I am, having been in Florida in 2000, come from the state where the U.S. Supreme Court weighed in 3-4 and said, this is not precedent setting and will never be repeated. We have got to be on guard. I think we've got to let everybody raise the symbol before they ever do. And I just want to say, you have been an outstanding governor, holding the banner, looking these terrorists straight in the face and letting them know to bring it. I'm Big Gretch.
We love it. Big Gretch gotta go. Big Gretch gotta go.
The only people Big Gretch gets worried about making angry is my communications.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you
so much.
Come to Michigan as we get closer to this election. We welcome you.
We would love to do that. All right, thank you so much.
Good to see you, Governor.
Thank you. Breakfast Club.
Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Congresswoman, as we transition,
thank you,
thank you so much.
See you, yes.
Thank you. Oh, Congresswoman, they have one for you.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Cosmetics.
Yeah.
And this is a shade they call Big Gretch.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Wait.
All right.
Wait, just one more.
Thank you.
Congresswoman, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thankfully,
you're welcome.
this passes it will not be an issue with ethics because it's under the gift rule in Congress. But we know that you have to go be with your.
Forever the staffer.
We know that you have to go be with your constituents. We love you so much. Thank you for joining us.
I was delighted.
Thank you,
to be
Ms.
on.
Waters.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Wait, meet her.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
We can.